right, John, it's one of my favorite topics, actually. It's about influencers and, there's mentors, there's champions of people. There's always influencers. Sometimes they come in a second, sometimes they come a lifetime. Sometimes they're positive or negative. We usually prefer the positive ones, but they can be both. When I speak, I talk a lot about my grandfather, my grandmother, my mom and aunt emigrated from Kyiv a long time ago into Canada. And my grandfather used to take me for walks in the park in Montreal. And I remember when I was 5, because he knew he talked to everybody, which, I guess I got the gene. And so I asked him once, I called him Zeta. I said, "How do you know all these people?" And he said to me, and I remember, I just can't forget it. I remember he pointed, "You see this guy coming up here?" I said, I smiled at him once, and he looked up and then smiled at me, and he came over, and we started talking. And then someone else saw us smiling and laughing, and they came over, and we're doing this and that together. And then as a 5-year-old, I thought, well, this is great. All I have to do, life's going to be fantastic. I just have to smile at people. Literally, I thought that. And then you start getting older and you complicate things, and then you start getting a little more wiser, and you realize that even just a smile is very influential and impactful. So with that mini story told, can you share two or three people that have been influential in your life?
My mother was one of a kind, and I mean that. And anybody who knew her, she passed. Uh, to this day, people still say this to me. It's hard to describe this woman in Omaha, Nebraska, who would walk into a room and light it up. I remember we went on a back roads bicycle trip in Costa Rica, and she literally, people would come to the evening dinner early to see her walk in to see her outfit. And it wasn't, and she just had a light and an energy and a glow that, and she got it from my grandmother, her mother. And I am, one of the biggest disappointments in my life is that my daughter never got to know her. But my dad passed away when I was young, and she had 4 kids as a single parent that she had to provide for. So she, in addition to making sure there was a meal on the table every day, she would then go to night school to learn real estate to take over my dad's small real estate business. She not once complained about that. Not once did she not have dinner for us. And I will never forget her. And by the way, every one of my siblings would say the same thing. And she had this incredible and unique ability and quality, because we're all different, to relate to us in the right way for our personalities. That is hard. I like I don't know how she did it. Honestly, I wish I had half of what she had.
That truly is one of the definitions of a leader who cares because they understand the individual. And great coaches do this all the time. They realize that not every player on the team is the same person and stuff. So that's incredible. Yeah, great person.
Yeah. So I think, you know, I think about Warren Buffett a lot. Um, he is so grounded. I had a friend say to me this morning, John, another shiny, bright object, another deal came our way. He's like, "Yeah, I got to stop doing these. I know, like it's crazy." And Warren Buffett is like, "No, you don't need to swing. It's not like baseball. You can have as many, take as many pitches. You don't need very many to be successful." And I remember that. And I remember, who you surround yourself with. He would say that. Who you surround yourself with is maybe one of the most important things and considerations for your life.
Hmm.
And as a younger person, you don't realize that. And I got lucky because I went to Stanford. I didn't know at the time that I would be surrounding myself with incredible people. But if you ask me, the greatest thing about Stanford is they did a pretty good job of bringing interesting, motivated, smart, hungry people in that I got to be on the playground with. And I think, honestly, I'm not lying when I say to you, Mark, that the entrepreneurs that we're backing in the search funds, they're generally come from three backgrounds: first generation immigrants, military people, or kids of small business owners. And they are the people I love being around.
Let me just guess, because I've coached a lot of teams in sports. They've got the heart, the soul, the commitment, the dedication, the purpose.
100%.
Yeah, they just do. It's amazing. Well, thanks for sharing that. Pretty good influencers, Mom and Warren Buffett and Stanford. One of the things it teaches us, and I think I kind of said it, is that we should always know that we're influencing people many times without even knowing.
For
Um,
sure.
we have a choice to be positive or negative. I don't know if you ever saw the movie Mr. Holland's Opus.
Of course, one of my favorites.
Yeah, and it's incredible and it's real. It's real. So, thanks for sharing this. It was awesome.
Thanks, Mark. It meant a lot to me too.